Aligned action doesn't push, it unfolds. And today's balance that's coming up is rituals. So what does that mean? So aligned action, when things are aligned with you and moving you towards your goal, whether that be in context of your business, the work that you're doing, the project that you're on, relationships, your health, everything flows with ease and you just flow with that. However, if it's not aligned with you, that's when we start to face hurdles, sabotages, blocks, frustrations. So we always talk about the way that energy flows in context of kinesiology. And when everything is in alignment with your optimal well-being, with your life, then energy will flow as it is meant to. However, when it's not in alignment, then we face blocks and challenges. So how does rituals as a balance, which is in context of our finger modes, electrical, emotional, 6 is down here and 6B, which is in the center. So we'd like to hold that. We put that in the circuit while I'm talking. So the energy, it's like we're writing a computer program. So these finger modes help to say, this is the technique we're doing today. And then we work through it so that it's specific to that particular balance. I'm going to find the emotion now relating to this. And it's coming from the Chinese 5 elemental flow, which I've just shown you. This represents different elements of the earth: fire, wood, water, metal. Sorry, water's the last one. I've gone the wrong way around. These relate to the names of organs, as well as meridians, as well as muscles, as well as seasons, as well as tastes, as well as sounds, and more specifically emotions, because according to Chinese therapy, emotions get assigned to different organs in the body, and then that's where the changes start to happen within the cells, which then start to create discomfort and dis-ease in the body. And so it's important to identify old suppressed emotions, because consciously over time we forget what's buried underneath that we haven't dealt with. And then that's where your body is constantly trying to help keep you in balance and creating resistance. Excuse me, there must be some form of resistance, because my throat activates when there is some form of resistance. It's like you don't want to hear this emotion that's coming up at the moment, because it could be quite challenging. So I burp also when there's energy shifting. But particularly this resistance, it's like almost being stuck in my throat because we haven't been able to express it, because it's been suppressed. Because these balances aren't just for you, it's also for me, but I'm also sensing your energy. And even if you're not here right now while I'm filming it, it is when your energy is shared, and there is no time. It's a man-made construct that when you're watching this applies to you. So I'm just going to go through all the elements to find which emotion is specific that we need to clear. Central governing, wood, fire, earth, metal, lung, large intestines, guilt, grief, regret is the emotion, self to self, self to others. So what is it that you've been regretting? Now, there might be many things in your life that you've been regretting. And this is now helping me to give you an example of a ritual that you can do, because in context of coming back to our finger modes, electrical, emotion, 6.5B representing rituals, a way that we can let go of old regrets is through ritual. I'd like you to write each regret on a strip of piece of paper maybe. Some people like to go and collect leaves from nature and write it on the leaves as well. You can get like a permanent marker and write each regret down. And then you can choose what to do, how to discard and how to eliminate those old regrets. And really like make it a whole process, an embodied process. Another is like if you collect leaves, is to allow those leaves to run down a river. Like I live in the Blue Mountains in New South Wales, and we've got lots of beautiful riverways, and just placing each one down and choosing nature to let each regret go, and as a way of then releasing that from your mind and from your body. If you write it on a piece of paper, you could then choose to burn them safely, like within a dish, a fireproof dish. Also like baking dishes are fine for that as well. This is when I've got a lot to burn, I put it into one of my old baking dishes and set them all alight and watch them burn. Another is to bury them in the soil so that the paper can decompose, or the leaves, and Mother Nature can turn them into something positive like fertilizer for something else to grow. There are so many beautiful rituals that you can do. I have an online course on my website also that helps with the cleansing process. It's called the Energy Fortress. and that's on my website. So if you're going to www.empoweringhealth.clinic, it's under the shop section, e-courses, you'll find it there. I think it's only $10, but there's a number of different rituals in there that you can practice to help with keeping your energy clear. And one way of getting rid of old regrets, which regrets also rests in the metal element here, which is where all the gunky stuff happens. So then we can literally start getting symptoms of toxification in our body. So such as a runny nose, inflammation, digestive issues, constipation, rashes, because our skin is our largest detoxification organ, respiratory issues, our lungs are our second biggest detoxification organ. So if there's been lots going on in your body, is it those old regrets that have been causing the imbalance for you? So if you'd like to find out more about what's going on in your body, then you can book an appointment online as well. The booking link is on my website at www.empoweringhealth.clinic, and I'm Anne Barrett from Empowering Health.